Hello everybody, and thank you for joining us today. We're delighted you've taken time out of your day to learn how customer sales history inside your CRM system can help you sell more and build stronger customer relationships. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them in the chat area at the bottom of the webinar panel, and we'll address them at the end of the session. The webinar is scheduled for about 30 minutes, so let's get started. I'd like to introduce Gail Darling, our presenter today. Gail is president of infoSpectrum and has been helping companies become more competitive for over 25 years. She's a CRM evangelist who has worked with many manufacturers and distributors in CRM implementations, integrations, and consulting. Gail, welcome.
Thank you, Kate. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us to learn how using order history can help you sell more and help you build stronger customer relationships. We are recording this webinar and we'll be sending it out at the end of the presentation so you can share it with any of your colleagues who are not able to be with us. And it will be also available on the resources page of our website. I'd like to start with just a short background on infoSpectrum. We are a growing company in New England with more than 20 years of experience, and we've helped manufacturers, distributors, service companies across the country use technology to increase their market share. Our goal is to work collaboratively with you to improve your existing systems and to help you integrate them with customer relationship management. We are CRM evangelists. We get really excited. We believe that CRM is the foundation for business growth, and we're excited to be working in this area. Also, for many years, we were Exact Macola partners, so we have some special expertise in integrating Macola with CRM solutions, such as Sugar CRM and Goldmine. We are authorized partners for both of those companies. Customer relationship management systems are not just about acquiring new customers, although many people do think of them that way. I'm sure you all know that retaining your current customers and finding ways to sell them additional products is way less expensive than finding new customers. So today, we're going to talk about how you can use order history to let salespeople and customer service sell more to your existing customers. We'll talk about automated workflow and how it can alert you to problems when customer sales are slowing down. And we'll talk about the importance of better information to answer questions faster and to help you build those stronger customer relationships. Before we get started, though, I would like to remind us briefly that a complete CRM solution is more than just sales. So although today we're going to talk mostly about these areas, about sales and about customer service, keep in mind that your relationship with your customers and your prospects has many touch points. And each one of these, marketing, sales, support, and lifecycle management, is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to build that relationship and create customer loyalty. Our first topic today is order history. And the question is, how can we integrate our order entry data with CRM to provide better information for our salespeople and our customers? Over the years, we at infoSpectrum have worked with many manufacturing and distribution and service clients, and we find that more often than not, salespeople lack easy access to a customer's current buying profile. And it's interesting because it's not that the data doesn't exist. Inside your enterprise resource planning system, your ERP system, or your accounting system, is all that great data about orders and invoices, what products they bought, but it's really hard to turn that data into usable information so that you can quickly understand what the customer's buying or not buying. So the challenge is that too often you just don't have the information you need at your fingertips. Whether the customer is calling in to place an order or to ask a question, you have a great opportunity to engage them beyond that specific issue that made them call. With the right information in front of you, you can see warning signs that sales are dropping off. You can see credit problems. You can see opportunities for cross-selling and upselling. And look at it this way. When you can offer a customer a product that they need but didn't know you carried, you're building that relationship. You're making them glad that they call you. So it's not just about trying to sell customers any product. It's about trying to target your selling and sell them products that they actually have a need for. So let's look at some examples from Sugar CRM and Goldmine that demonstrate how easily you can solve this problem. So here at the top of the screen, you see basic account information. The name, the customer, the phone, all that good stuff. Sugar CRM, like most CRM systems, lets you enter additional information on this customer account field page that is relevant to your business. So you can have as many tabs across here with information, user-entered information, as you would like. But what if you could get a summary of the customer's buying activity right here, right in front of you on this main account screen? That's what we've done here. We've created this item sales panel with all the items that the customers purchased in the last 2 years. So we've got here item number, description, year-to-date information, prior year sales information, and we've pulled in last sale date. So if there's a big discrepancy here between year-to-date sales and the prior year amount, you've got that information right in front of you while you're on the phone with a customer. That tells you that maybe there's trouble, and you can ask the right questions. So, for instance, is your customer unhappy with your delivery dates? Maybe the last shipment you sent them was late. Are they dissatisfied with your quality? Or are your prices no longer competitive? Or, goodness gracious, let's hope not, are they trying out another supplier? Maybe it's none of the above. Maybe they've simply discontinued one of their products and they don't need your materials anymore. But here is your chance to take some action so that you don't lose that customer. How much would you lose annually if you lose this customer? Is it $5,000 or $15,000 or $50,000? It's also an opportunity to sell them something that they're not buying now. So perhaps they've purchased some product in the past, like this Vertex rope, but they don't know that you've just come out with a new enhanced model with increased tensile strength, whatever it might be. Or perhaps they buy test equipment from you, but they're not buying your refill kits. By having this kind of information right in front of you, you've made your salespeople and your customer service staff more productive because they don't have to waste time trying to reach the customer by email or by phone. The customer called you. And we all know that it takes multiple phone calls and multiple emails these days to get through to somebody. This integration is really easy in Sugar CRM by allowing you to create entirely new modules like this item sales. So before we showed you the item sales in a panel view, here's another view. And in this one, we've combined item information for this customer with some availability information about that product. So if you want to ship this item to the customer and there's plenty on hand, you don't have to go and check your on-hand quantity. It's right there in front of you. Here's another presentation of item sales for an account. This one we've featured showing quantity available instead of, I think, product category we had on the last one. So, you know, the interesting thing is we've been doing these ERP and CRM integrations for years now, and every company is different. You would think that people would need the same kind of basic information. And to some extent that's true. Some people are happy with just year-to-date and prior year sales. But other people want to see 5 years of buying patterns. Some people want all their sales detail. Other people only want certain product categories. We've even had a company that only wanted to know about sales of their top 10 products. So that's why we developed SugarLoader as a tool for Sugar CRM, and also why we use Innoport as a tool for Goldmine to integrate sales information. They are flexible, these tools, and they can import exactly the data you want and display it in the way that's most useful, whether that's in detail or in summary, depending on what you want. Furthermore, it's possible to arrange things here so that you can filter the sales detail and zero in on only the things you're interested. So for instance, you could filter it by year-to-date sales above or below a certain amount. Or you could filter it by product category. You are only interested in a single product category or a range of product categories. So just as you can customize what's happening down here, you can customize what's happening up here. And this doesn't require a programming staff. This is something that any trained administrator can do. So we'll show you one more example here using Goldmine. This was a customer who wanted to see 5 years worth of sales and gross margin. And they also had set up a ranking scheme here so that I think OT stands for over target, but it was a way of letting them focus on the most valuable customers. The business value here is that salespeople can contact the most important customers and not have to waste time sifting through thousands and thousands of customers who really aren't contributing a whole lot to the bottom line. So that brings us to workflow and automating things. You don't want to have to wait for a customer to call you to look at that screen and realize that sales are potentially in trouble. A call can be scheduled or an email can be sent automatically to alert you to contact the customer. So one of our customers set up this workflow. This is a sort of simplified version of it, based on how much the customer bought last year and how much less they are buying this year. So if the customer's sales are down, in this example here, by more than 20%, what action they want to take is based on how much they purchased. So if they are not a very large customer, they're not going to bother doing anything. If they are in between 5,000 and 24,000, they're going to send an offer. If they're over 25,000, they're going to schedule a call. So the action that they're going to take is based on how much the customer purchased. Workflow can also send emails. It can update information. It can even create records automatically so that you can concentrate on the most important issue. And frankly, this is one of the most powerful benefits of modern CRM systems, and it's one that's not used nearly as much as it ought to be. Not all CRM systems have equal workflow. And this ability to take actions automatically means your salespeople can be more productive. They can focus on talking to the customer, and workflow will let you alert the right people at the right time and potentially keep a customer who is drifting away. I mean, one way to think of this is if you have a customer doing $25,000 worth of business with you and you can maintain their loyalty by staying in touch with them, you are adding $25,000 to your bottom line every year, not just once. So selling more to your customers is only part of the picture. Providing excellent customer service on an ongoing basis is vital to keeping their business. And part of that service is giving fast answers to questions. So we're going to shift here now to a kind of a broader topic. Depending on the business you're in, the kind of questions that you're asked are going to differ. So the challenge really is figuring out what the most common questions are and then making that information available quickly. Certainly, CRM systems are not a replacement for your accounting and order entry systems, but they can go a long way towards presenting the right information in the right place. so that instead of clicking through a bunch of screens, you can gather the information needed to answer the most common questions quickly. So here's an example from a client of ours that used to have to run a crystal report to get pricing for the customer. Now they simply click on a tab here, and they get in real time the last price that a customer paid. This is a customer that gives their salespeople a lot of flexibility in quoting their products, but they don't want to have today's quote be way off from amounts that they've quoted recently, unless, of course, there's increase in the price of materials or something like that. So the benefit of this is immense, because instead of going out to the desktop and clicking on crystal reports and waiting for the report to run and bringing it up and then scrolling down, they get it all in one click. The benefit of this kind of integration is not just for sales information. We've brought in accounts receivable and product information as well. So here's an example of a customer on the phone wants to place an order, but this customer's on credit hold. So customer service can immediately, with one click, tell them exactly how much is past due. They don't have to go into their ERP system and find the customer record and go to screen 3. This information is right in front of them. And furthermore, it's another great place for workflow. We've got a customer that whose accounts receivable department is using this information to automatically send email reminders whenever they've got somebody over here more than 30 days overdue. And the email is tailored to say exactly how much it is that's overdue. When it gets to be really bad and we've got more than 60 days overdue, workflow automatically will schedule a call for the collections person to get in touch with the customer and see if they can't work out some kind of payment plan available. So here's one more example. This client wanted detailed invoice information available. So they have all kinds of information, where they shipped from, when it was requested, whether it shipped on time. And this is also another way where you don't have to do multiple clicks. You don't have to go into multiple screens to see what's going on. And you can choose to bring in as much or as little of the invoice header information, the bill to address, the ship to address, all that good stuff, and the invoice line information as you want to see, and present it in a quick summary here, complete with drill down, so you can actually drill down to the line item detail. You can drill down to the header detail. So you can see that the possibilities are endless, limited only by your imagination. To wrap things up, I'd like to remind us that customer relationship management is not a piece of software. It's a business strategy that's critical to a company's success. So if you want to boost sales and improve your customer relationships, you need to be focusing on 3 things. You need to be focused on people, on process, and on information, on technology. It's a company-wide initiative that starts with commitment from the top down and is something that everyone in the company is always working towards. And if you truly put the customer first, then you're going to want to do some rethinking about your business processes. How can you simplify things, improve them, so that they really serve the customer better? They focus on the customer. And finally, you want to use technology to integrate data and make it easy to use. You need to rethink how your information systems can be improved to provide this better customer experience. Here's some questions that you want to ask. Do your current systems make relevant information available quickly? Is quickly enough? Do those systems identify potential problems with slowing sales? Do they identify them by giving you the information on a screen? Do they identify them through automatic workflow? can your salespeople let customers know about products related to what they currently buy? So this is what gives you the opportunity here to do some cross-selling and upselling. And finally, do your systems support excellent customer service and building stronger customer relationships with every call? Let me give you an analogy. Before smartphones were common, right, we all carried around a telephone, a calculator, an MP3 player, a camera, and there was nothing wrong with any of them. They each did a good job. But when the iPhone and the Android phones came along, we could have everything in one place and switch from one application to another quickly. We became more productive. That's what technology does. It brings together the right information in the right place at the right time. It makes people more productive, and more productive people mean more sales and increased customer loyalty. This is where we can help you. We've assisted many clients to improve their customer relationships, and we would love to put that expertise to work for you. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already entered your questions into the chat panel, please go ahead and do so right now. And if you have any questions later on, this is my contact information here up on the screen. I would be very happy to talk with you. Kate, do we have any questions?
Gail, we do have a couple of questions here.
Great, go ahead.
If I want to bring my sales information into Sugar and see quarterly comparisons, can I do that?
Absolutely. I think the place that you need to start is figuring out what information is most valuable to you for your company. And then we can configure the system to summarize that necessary data and present it the way you'd like to see it. So you can see it by month, by quarter, by year. You can see raw data. You can do calculations on the data to show percentage increases, decreases, all that good stuff. So there's just a tremendous amount of flexibility about how you present information so that it can be useful. Did that answer the question?
I think so. That's perfect. I have another question here too. Can I integrate sales history from any ERP system? We have Sightline.
Yes. Pretty much any modern ERP or accounting system can be used. We've imported data from, let's see, from Sightline, from Macola, Exact Macola. Those are both Microsoft SQL-based products. And we've brought in data from other systems, other database systems as well. In fact, we've used this same technology for one-time conversion of existing data from Access databases and Excel spreadsheets. So if you have data in any of your line of business systems, and that also includes, by the way, contacts in Microsoft Outlook and stuff like that, all of that can be brought into one place, just like the analogy with the iPhone. We can bring it all into CRM so it's all together and helps you be more productive. Any other questions?
That looks like all for right now, Gail. Thank you.
Well, great. Great. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We look forward to talking to you soon.
Yes, thank you, everybody.